Hey guys, welcome back. So as you know, I'm doing a carry-on series from Cedar's Adventure, and I'm back here in the park here. So this is the file that I left off with in the last episode, Cedar's Adventure Revisited. And this is Barnstormer. This was the family multi-launch coaster that I added into the park with the removal of the spinning coaster. Now, as I mentioned, I did actually want to do another expansion, which would make this area here, where I'm just pointing to, lead up behind the wooden coaster, and then also have the path from Rogue Runner go over the water, and that would then link up here and provide a new area in the back here. So what I did was I cleared the land with the trees, and I saved this shop here which I built for the Myth wooden coaster, and I saved that as a blueprint because I wanted to still use that but just move it slightly. So I'm going to move that over here somewhere, and I'm going to do a new roller coaster. I'll talk about that a bit more in a sec, but also do a new kind of restaurant area and a nice walkway and kind of a peaceful area, and kind of dress up the log flume area a bit more, as I think this could be a bit more of a centerpiece for this kind of area, and so we'll make it look a bit more pretty around the back there. We also have a change of height and terrain here, so that would be quite nice to do, like a nice area a bit lower down here. As you can see, there's not much space. We have this small gap around the back here, which goes up to Venom, and also we have this kind of area here, but I want to leave that free because I still want Myth to be somewhat hidden within the trees. I also plan actually to go through all the trees and get rid of these older style trees that are in the game. I want to replace them all with the newer ones, which look much better, so I'm going to do that as well at some point. But so back to the coaster, I wanted to do a roller coaster over here, and I started off with one of my subscribers wrote a comment and said a wild mouse would be good because they're quite compact, and I actually thought, okay, that sounds not like a bad idea, and I thought, how about doing an indoor wild mouse, because I haven't got any dark rides in the park. So I tried to do an indoor wild mouse, and I'll just show you in the blueprints. I did it in a separate park file, and basically I made it, and then when I went to put it in, it was a little bit too big. So I'll just load it up and then you can see what I did. So here's the crazy mouse, which I did for Pleasure Beach. Actually, I think it's a different one, it's this one. And then here is the indoor version, which I did with neon lights, etc. inside. It was really cool, but it's quite large, as you can see here, and it just looked a bit of a monstrosity here in the corner. And so I kind of decided to maybe use that in another park another time and stay away from that idea. So then I thought it'd be quite cool to do a very small kind of B&M wing coaster. Oh, and we've just frozen. There we go. And I thought the wing coaster would be quite cool if I kind of led it up around here and do something similar to Phoenix at Toverland in Holland, and have the turnaround at the top, do the dive, and then do a small layout. That wasn't quite working out how I'd hoped. And then I thought, you know what, there's not many junior coasters in the park. We've only got Barnstormer and the Great Pumpkin coaster over here in the Snoopyland area. So I thought we'll go for a junior inverted roller coaster, which we don't have in the park. So I'm just going to show you what I came up with, and then I shall open up the new park file and show you the finished product. So if I go down here, there is the retro steel coaster. So I'm just going to put that in the air so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to build a few pieces. So as you can see, the track for the retro steel coaster is kind of like it's not exactly right, but it's similar to the Vekoma junior coaster kind of track that they have. So if I just do this like this, as an example, I'll just do a little curve at the top there. So obviously the train is on top of the track, and I wanted to have an inverted train. And so if I go down here, because I have one of the mods installed, can't remember the name of it right now, but I will find out and let you know. I can scroll down here and pick a different train. So I've gone with the inverted coaster cars, and I'm going to make those maybe 5 trains. 25, there we go. Let's do a little test. Fast forward a little bit. So it looks a bit weird in the station, I know, but I'm going to hide that with some scenery. But there we go. I've put the inverted train on this track, so it looks a bit more like a Vekoma family inverted coaster. Obviously the trains are 4 people wide and not 2, but I can't change that. And what I should do is I should delete all the supports and build my own support over the top, so it has the illusion of an inverted coaster. And so that's what I came up with. So what I'm going to do is now is I'm going to leave this part file, and I'm going to load the expansion 3, and I'll show you all what I did. So here I am in the expansion part file, and as you can see here, I've just got rid of the shop that I had here at the side of Myth, and I've moved that just over here, so you still kind of have that little gift shop there. As you can see, I've changed the trees. We have the tidal wave kind of splashdown, which is actually a log flume, but so that's still there in the middle. And I've just expanded this path here up and over the water. And I'm just going to turn around and show you what I did. So here we have a nice walkway. I've tried out some new path styles. So I've got this kind of beige path down one side and the nice kind of brickwork here. I used the path covers here to make like a planter, and that was something that I showed in my last video with tips and tricks. And I did that here as well, and just kind of added some nice kind of shrubbery and bushes around just to really dress up this, and I think it looks really pretty now. I like how that has turned out. And then obviously these 2 paths then meet here around the back of the tidal wave. So if I turn around here, here's where we have the change in terrain height, and I kind of tried to use that as an advantage, and I made this little seating area here which is higher up, and obviously then you can walk down, and we have this nice kind of summery looking kind of shop here which has toilets inside and some food. And then that brings us to the junior invert coaster here. So this is what I came up with, and custom supporting this was actually a must, because otherwise, like I said, the normal supports would have hit the train. So I went through and did all the supports, and I just wanted to go with a nice kind of friendly looking colour for a kiddie coaster, and I decided to call this Surfs Up and go with like a watery theme. So I've used these from the wall decoration mod set, which has got these nice waves on it. I put lights all around there and gone with like this nice blue and yellow, a bit of orange kind of colour scheme, and put some sand down, which I haven't actually used much of the terrain textures throughout this park. It's mostly the 2 greens and a bit of the grey underneath the coasters, but here I've gone with a bit of sand, and I basically then made some kind of curvy shaped planters here just around the edge, just to kind of give it a bit more of a design look. And I'm kind of happy with how this turned out. I've just let this run around for you. It gets a little fast in a couple places, which I guess is quite good, can be good. So let's press play, let's fast forward. Okay, so here we go. It might lag a little bit just because of all the trees and the scenery around. Here we go. Had to put a couple little trim brakes throughout the layout because it did actually gain a lot of speed for some reason, and I think it was because I used the track edit mod a little bit just to shape some of the track a little bit with this one. So that's the junior invert coaster. I'll just show you it going around from another angle. So here we go. I'm just going to let it run around one more time for you to see. But I did actually hear from chatting to some people and the developers of the game over on Discord that they do plan maybe on putting an actual junior invert coaster into the game. So maybe when one of those appears in an update, I could maybe replace this one with the same layout but using the actual proper coaster design. But for now, I think this is a good substitute for what I was trying to do. And I'm really happy with how this it turned out. And it fits nicely around the wooden coaster here. I still tried to kind of keep a lot of trees in here just to give the wooden coaster that look of being in the forest. But I'm really happy with these little areas, with this terrace here, and the way this kind of looks now around the log flume. So what I'll do is I'll just show you quickly at night time. got some nice lights going on here around the park. So here we've got this nice little palm tree walkway. I put some red lights pointing up at the palm trees. And I used the string lights along the buildings just to give it that nice pretty kind of beach feel. And the actual roller coaster itself, I've put spotlights around the main supports just to light up all those, light up the track and the structure. So yeah, that's what I came up with in that kind of area that I had for expansion. And I'm thinking now, there's not really much else I can do. I've really used up nearly every corner. I don't want to do a car park coaster like a Six Flags park because I like what I've done with the car park already, and if I got rid of some of the car park with a ride, then there wouldn't be much car park left. And I'm thinking maybe I could RMC convert Wolfrun, maybe. But I do love this wooden coaster, it's classic and it really fits nicely in here. But maybe I could keep a similar layout but just add some inversions and some twists and turns in. We shall see, maybe I'll see what I come up with. But for now, that is basically the park, and like I said, here's some of the new trees and things that I've added in throughout the park. But yeah, that's it. This is the expansion. I'm going to put a link down below in the description for you to download this version, which is the expansion 3 park. And thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, click subscribe and click that bell icon so that you'll be notified when I next upload a new video. And give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed. So see you next time. Bye.